This is Elizabeth Tobin. She is currently living in Cornwall, Connecticut. Elizabeth developed an eating disorder in high school. Today she will be sharing her story. I had an interesting and fun family, but we had a very chaotic period in, I think it was about my 12th year. Everything just sort of changed dramatically. And actually, that's when part of my family moved from Kent to Cornwall. I'm sort of a perfectionist with ADHD, which is not a good combination. I used to really set high standards for myself. And then when I was in high school, I was taking care of all of my siblings and going to private school 6 days a week and trying to get good grades and, be the best athlete and all that kind of thing. So I got into extreme exercising and running 5 miles a day and doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, just trying to be, in control because there was so much chaos in our family. When I got out of high school, I was so thin that I was starting to, my bones hurt, and culturally it was really reinforced to be skinny. People would say, "Oh, you look so great." And I would think, "You're nuts," because I'm like killing myself.
Erin Wegner Vincent is a licensed social worker. In the past, she has worked with adults with eating disorders in recovery. Erin helped us learn some statistics and talked about some misconceptions.
One of the primary reasons that people develop eating disorders is there's a very unrealistic expectation as far as body types and how people's bodies are supposed to look.
I had body dysmorphia, so I would see this huge, gross thing. Emotionally, if I start to feel fat, or if I start to feel like I have to worry about food, then I know that I have stress in my life.
People with eating disorders feel that they are out of control, and controlling their intake gives them some sense of safety and control over one aspect of their life.
The pandemic has caused some heightened anxiety, not necessarily about eating disorders, but heightened anxiety in general, which of course would complicate someone who's got, be a complication for someone who's got other things going on.
An eating disorder is really just, I think, a symptom of something deeper. But an eating disorder is a closed loop, right? Because you're just thinking about food. You sort of circle around in the issue, and the driving force behind it just kind of keeps lurking in the background.
Eating disorders are insidious. They like to leak back in any way that they can, because it's kind of like an addiction in that way. So we talk about relapse prevention with alcoholism or people with drug addictions. We really have to look at eating disorders the same way as of relapse prevention. Being able to catch yourself if you start using skim milk instead of 2% milk. Why are you doing that? Being able to start having people understand their voice and what the eating disorder voice is, and that they are not the same. They are separate, even though the eating disorder voice is there a lot. And I always say, you can survive without an eating disorder, but an eating disorder can't survive without.
When someone has an eating disorder, being someone's friend and being there for them and watching out for them and asking what they need is great. But ultimately, they need professional help.
Shape or calories, anything like that. The more people you can get around the person with the eating disorder that understands them, the better the outcome is going to be, in addition to meeting with a clinician or having to be time in a hospital or anything else.